Imagine this. You walk into a Rolex store in New York, Miami, or Los Angeles. You're ready to spend maybe $20,000 on a watch. You expect the salesperson to smile, open a glass case, and say, "Great choice." Instead, they tell you, "Sorry, we don't have it." Or even worse, there's a waiting list. Weeks, months, sometimes years. Now here's the strange part. Most people don't walk away and forget Rolex. They want it even more. But why? Why are people obsessed with Rolex when your iPhone tells time better? And there are watches with better engineering, more features, or lower prices. The answer has almost nothing to do with telling time, and everything to do with human psychology. Let's be honest, nobody buys a Rolex because they desperately need to know the time. Your phone already handles that. A $50 watch handles that. So what are people really paying for? Status, scarcity, and something much deeper. Recognition. Think about American culture for a second. Why do people line up outside sneaker stores for limited Jordans? Why do people wait months for a luxury car allocation? Why do people flex Hermes bags, private tables in Vegas, or exclusive memberships? Because humans naturally want things that feel difficult to get. The harder something feels to obtain, the more valuable it seems. And Rolex understands this better than almost anyone. Rolex could flood the market with watches. Demand is massive. Millions of people want one. But certain Rolex models, like the Daytona, Submariner, or GMT Master 2, stay incredibly difficult to buy. You can walk into a boutique in Beverly Hills with money in your account and still leave empty-handed. That sounds crazy, but it's intentional because Rolex understands something important. If everyone could buy one instantly, it would stop feeling special. Think about it. Imagine tomorrow every person at your college, office, or neighborhood BBQ suddenly showed up wearing a Rolex. Would it still feel impressive? Would people still stare at it? Probably not. Luxury only works when access feels limited. That's the uncomfortable truth behind many expensive brands. Rolex isn't just selling a watch. Rolex is selling a story, a feeling, a signal. It quietly tells the world, "I've made it. I'm successful. I'm doing well." Even if nobody says those words out loud. And humans love signals, especially in America, where success is often visible. The car you drive, the neighborhood you live in, the shoes you wear, the watch on your wrist. Sometimes people aren't buying luxury for themselves. They're buying what luxury says about them. And here's the weirdest part. Sometimes Rolex becomes more desirable after rejection. Yes, rejection. A salesperson says, "Sorry, not available." Suddenly, that watch feels even more valuable. Psychologists call this scarcity bias. Your brain starts thinking, if it's hard to get, it must matter. It's the same reason sold-out sneakers feel cooler, why invitation-only clubs feel exclusive, why limited edition drops create hype. Rolex turned human psychology into a business empire, and it worked. Today, some Rolex models sell for way above retail price on the resale market. Not because they magically tell time better, but because people believe they're special, and belief is powerful. So here's the uncomfortable question. If nobody could see your Rolex, would you still want one as badly? Because maybe people don't only love Rolex, maybe they love what Rolex says about them. Luxury is strange. Sometimes the most desired things in the world are desired simply because they're hard to get. And Rolex understood that long before almost everyone else. Subscribe to The Wealth Code for more stories about luxury, status, money, and the psychology behind expensive things.